Good afternoon, members of the Poetry Society of America, and thank you so much for having us here today to discuss child literacy in America, as well as the effort to foster a happy mindset around reading generally. I'm sure you may be wondering how we, members of the Reading is Right initiative, could inform you, representatives of what seems to be a similar cause on this issue, but I would actually like to urge you to join ours. Here at the Reading is Right initiative, we believe in mentors to aid children's understanding and overall enjoyment of poetry in order to renormalize reading as a form of entertainment in America as time progresses. Reading, as it seems, has been slowly disappearing as a form of entertainment and being replaced with more modern advancements, like technology, and that is especially troubling for us here at Reading is Right. So why specifically have we asked you here today? Well, as I said before, it is very grave to admit that reading dwindles as technology becomes more popular. Reading physical books and poetry are being replaced every day with phones, tablets, and television screens. According to Television and Children's Reading, written by Joan Feely and published in Elementary English in January of 1973, reading at the time in the 70s, just 3 or 4 decades after the invention of the television, had already been replaced by screens. As Feely says it best, television looms large in the lives of children. It is the first of the mass media to which most children react, and the set against which they judge all other media, including print. Thus, as children are introduced to television and other forms of technological entertainment, poetry becomes a little less prominent in the future of America. So what can we, members of both the Poetry Society of America and the Reading is Right initiative, do about this problem? Well, as I mentioned before, we at Reading is Right believe that mentors can aid children's understanding and enjoyment of poetry in order to renormalize reading as a form of entertainment and enjoyment in America in the future. So, we would like to ask you, the wonderful members of the Poetry Society of America, if you would be willing to volunteer alongside us at elementary schools across the country in order to spread awareness about the importance of poetry and reading it at a young age, by, of course, reading it to the youth themselves. We would also like to urge you to imagine a world where this exists. Imagine a community of well-rounded, educated individuals who prioritize the art and the beauty of poetry and written reading above the entertainment provided by technology, like televisions. Technology, of course, would still exist, but it would not bring them as much joy, as much belonging, or as much enrichment as poetry would. We could transform our little angels, the wonderful youths of America, into the next Walt Whitmans, Sylvia Plaths, Robert Frosts, or even the next William Shakespeare's if we do this. We at the Reading is Right initiative believe in nothing more powerful than the enjoyment of literacy, and we believe that you understand that as well. So what can be done? Well, as I mentioned before, we would like to work hand in hand with you in order to volunteer at elementary schools across the country in order to foster this sense of entertainment through poetry. We would volunteer through grades kindergarten through 5th and gradually work through poetry content as the grades get more difficult. This would provide our little angels with a really good foundation for continuing their poetic pursuits outside of the classroom and in their own free time. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to working with you.